Hello, everybody. This is Teacher at Home with another book review. Today, I'd like to review Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man. If your child is in an AP literature class, they might be reading this book. This book is a heavy book, it's a thick book, it is challenging reading, so it is not going to be used um, in classes in the middle school, and you'd be extremely hard pressed to find ninth or 10th grade classes that use this book. It simply takes a lot of class time. So let's get right into it. Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man is part of the canon of American literature. It is a monumental piece of work that traces the main character's journey from being a young black man striving for success in the South, striving to get into college, to get a scholarship, um, doing what he needs to do to get there, all the way through his experiences in college and ultimately his political awakening and what that means. Now, um, I'd like to be very clear that this book does not hold anything back. From the violent fight, the free for all fist fight that he must get in simply to win the approval of the Southern white gentlemen who are giving him his scholarship, to the speech he makes, where he is attempting to become part of the um, white society, and he talks about these political kind of necessities in order to advance, um, to his experience in college when he really comes face to face with the reality of what it means to be in college in the South and what it means to those people who are not in college when he takes one of the trustees on a trip that goes terribly wrong. Ultimately, the main character ends up in New York and he joins more like a communist movement in New York that is backed by wealthy white liberals. And of course, he ultimately becomes disillusioned with that group as they seek to not promote the welfare of the Black community, but to promote their own ideals. It is a breathtakingly beautiful and timeless piece of work that is probably more relevant today than it was even when it was written 50 years ago. So I highly recommend Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man. It really should be required reading on all campuses, and not because it indoctrinates students into leftist thinking, but because it ultimately creates critical thinkers and individualism within those who read it. A fantastic piece of work and one that should be a must read. Um, but because of the challenging nature of the text, this is only for upper level students in high school and possibly in college. So, once again, this is Teacher at Home saying if you have the chance to read Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man, definitely spend the time. You will really enjoy it. It's a phenomenal piece of work that belongs at the top of the canon of American literature. So thanks again, and be aware there's nothing inappropriate in this book for your student, especially because it is for the older students. And if you see your child reading this book, borrow it from them and read it because it really is a tremendous piece of work. So that's all for now. Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, fantastic piece of work, and I hope to see you making sure your kids are reading the right stuff. Peace.